I'm Joe Wallace for Turntabling.net, and this is take 1 million of this entry because I absolutely cannot figure out how to properly describe this record. Can Heironymous Merkin ever forget Mercy Hump and find true happiness? It's a soundtrack to one of those zany British comedies, the sort of anything goes, kitchen sink, pseudo-surrealist type of movies that, in this particular case, was described this way on the back of this album cover. The motion picture Playboy magazine called a zany erotobiography that looks like a Marx Brothers movie shot in a nudist camp. Now, who wouldn't buy a record based on that description? Who wouldn't see that movie with such glowing recommendations? I mean, it's got to be full of some sort of cheesy porno waka waka soundtrack music, right? No. In spite of the fact that it is billed as the Marx Brothers meet Blaze Star nudist, this movie on closer inspection and this soundtrack on closer inspection is full of horror. For a start, it stars Anthony Newley and Joan Collins, who sing on the soundtrack. Why don't you share my misery here for a second? You have to.
What a story, glamour, glory, it's an all-time thrill. It's a kind of a movie.
I'm gonna kill myself!
So sincere.
That pretty much demonstrates the amount of contempt I have for this record. Not being a fan of musicals at all, actively, violently hating them, as a matter of fact, this was not the record find for me. The movie sucked, in my own humble opinion, and a lot of that is probably due to raised expectations because the Marx Brothers meet nudist camps, and then there's the back cover copy on this little abomination. Just get a load of this, and you'll see what I mean. After a big Zodiac dance where a lot of kooks jump around in tights and try not to bump into each other, Heironymous bumps into polyester poontang. That's what it says right here. Who he met the night before, but since there was no song, it wasn't noticed. What? Is this a Blake Edwards movie? I don't know, but some people are into this crap. I myself am not. It does qualify in the turntabling sense for a WTF record because, well, I mean, look at it. Anthony Newley, Joan Collins, nudist camp references, you name it. And my favorite part about this record is the sleeve. The album came in, once you get it out of here, the inner sleeve says, "Fill your home with Cap Records." The name of the company that released this thing. Personally, I think it should be Fill Your Home with Crap Records, but I digress. No, I didn't like this, and it is part of the canon of weirdness that turntabling does cover, and that I personally enjoy. So, while I have stylistic vomit issues with this album, it is a pretty what the fuck moment in a collection of other things. I'm speechless, really. I'm speechless by how Broadway this whole thing is. When billed as something a lot filthier than it really was, but that's the Brits for you. The moral of this story is, look at the track listing, and if you see Anthony Newley, chances are you're not going to get your 60s erotobiography porno soundtrack that you're hoping to get. Stick with Deep Throat, folks. That vinyl, well, I could go on and on about that, but I won't because I'm starting to babble now. So that is it for this edition. See you in the record store.